Now, of course, we're doing math. Math has practical application, and so we're going to look at a practical application. We're going to take a word problem and solve it. Just walk through an example. There's nothing for it but to walk through an example and see how we can apply a linear function to a real-life sort of problem. Here's the deal. You rent cars. Now, you charge the very reasonable rate of 20 cents per mile, which we can write as 0.2, the dollar sign, per mile, for your mileage fee, and then you charge a flat fee of $30 per day. Now, in a problem like this, the word per is coming up more than once, so that can be a little bit confusing. What you're going to want to do is think in terms of one day. Our problem, let me write out the rest of the problem, I'm getting ahead of myself a little, is first of all, write an equation, EQN for equation, describing this situation, or describing your rental fees. And then, how much will a customer pay for one day if they drive 300 miles? Okay, well, the 20 cents per mile is a slope. The key here is that you're looking at one day, and so that $30 per day is going to become an intercept. Whether they drive 1 mile or 300, you get 30 bucks. So the 0.2 is a slope. However many miles they drive are going to be multiplied by that. And the flat fee, the $30, is your y-intercept. You'll notice I'm choosing to write as a 0.2 because that puts them both in dollars. I don't want to mix cents and dollars. So I can right away write my equation, f of x, looking like slope-intercept form, as 0.2 x plus 30. The question is, what kind of x's and y's are we talking about? This is money in your hand, is 0.2 times miles, to write it sort of with words, plus 30. Okay? So we have an equation. X is the miles driven, something that you have to specify one way or another. This is another way of specifying it. Just write it out. And we're ready to move on to part B. We're going to rent this for 1 day and 300 miles. So what are we interested in finding? F of 300. This equation is already set up for 1 day. That's why we have plus 30. So we just want to know, when we have 300 miles, how much money are we going to get? Everywhere I see an x, put in 300. 0.2 times 300 plus 30 will give me 60 plus 30, which is $90. And that's the amount of money that you would receive from this customer. No recap? End of the segment.